What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Look at the Tape. I'm your host, Jordan, and this is the show where I talk about movies, old, new, the stuff that I like, what I don't like, the nays, the yays, and all that good stuff. We have not done an old movie yet, but I'm planning on it. I have plans to do so. We have been covering a lot of newness because newness just always comes, but I do need to etch out some time for an older movie, maybe a classic or just something that's older. Okay, I have one in mind. But like I said, we just gotta. I just gotta etch out some time for that. But as far as today's episode, excuse me. As far as today's episode, it's gonna be a little different. I'm not reviewing and talking about a movie at all. I'm not, because nothing about what I'm about to say has come out. You see what I'm doing there? So what today's episode is gonna be, I'm gonna call this upcoming entertainment. This is the upcoming entertainment episode, and maybe I can make this a thing. Whatever's coming out, when certain things like this happen, we'll see. If something else like a lot pops off at once happens, then maybe I'll do another episode, this year. But if not, then next year, whatever. But today, if you haven't figured it out already, mostly I'm gonna be covering the 2026 D3 announcements, and then some other things. Probably just one other thing that I have. Nothing else comes to my mind except for this other thing. So it's going to be the D23 and then the other, and I'll save the other for after I talk about the main stuff, But yes, that is today's episode. A little different because we got to spice it up a little bit. But without further ado, let's look at the tape. The suspense. Let's look at the tape, y'all. Let's go. Hold on, let me back this up a little bit. Yeah. All right. So this is usually the part where I should say, spoiler fam, and then the Plane Cracker review. But I don't have to say that today because there's nothing to spoil. Okay. This was a public announcement for everybody. So we're going to talk about it as a spoiler family. We're all spoiler fam today. How about that? Yeah. I ain't got to kick nobody out. I ain't got to tell nobody to pause the episode and come back after you don't watch something. Nah. And now if you want to go, I guess they live streamed it. Or if you want to see some clips of the D23 before you watch this, feel free, go ahead, But this is public information. We're all spoiler fam on this one. So we're all sitting down to dine at the table together as a family for the first time. This really is a different episode because usually I'll be kicking folk out left and right. Like, hey, if you ain't seen it, get out. You got to have a certain pass, to sit at this table. To use this silverware? No, you got but everybody can use the silverware today. Okay, we done pulled the stuff out the fine china cabinet just for everybody today. All right, let's go. Let's go. Hold up. Let me pull up my laptop a little closer to me. On my desk. And here we are. Here we go. Okay, so a lot of stuff from D23. First of all, let me hold on. Let me take a sip of my coffee. That's a good cup. Disney. Now this is a mix. Of course, everything not for me. Okay, everything that a big franchise like this, puts out ain't for everybody. Everything that they put out is not for everybody. Okay, I get that. But even still, Disney, this is a mixed bag. You got a mixed bag. And Disney, y'all just don't hit the same no more. Y'all know that Disney just don't hit the same. Okay, and I know maybe somebody's listening who's like just 100% Disney fanatic. One of those people just Disney can do no wrong. I'm not that guy. Okay, because Disney, y'all been I was gonna say stressing me out, but really y'all just been making me mad for a little while now. Cause what y'all been doing to some of these IPs, namely Star Wars, and that's one of the things, a couple of things on this list. Disney, I ain't really rocking with y'all like that right now. Cause what y'all doing? What y'all doing? All right. I just want to disclaim it with that. I'm like, Jordan, how you gonna talk about D23 and then say you're not messing with them? Hey, you know, I was gonna say how I feel. Now I like some of the things that happen here, but not because of Disney. Some of the stuff I don't like on here because of Disney. So I just gotta say how I feel. So without further ado, let's look at the tape. I'm just gonna bring this down because I'm gonna keep having to reach over and put this. How y'all doing today? I hope y'all having a good Sunday. I am currently recording this on Sunday, and yes, I am currently putting the laptop down, making small talk while I do so, and there we go. Yeah, no, I really do hope y'all are having a very nice Sunday. All right, so here we are. This is much better. 2026 announcements from D23. And we have some things. Now, I'm not going to talk about every single thing. I'm only going to talk about the things that I want to address and the things that I like, / the things that I like, which are still things that I want to address. So basically just everything that I want to address. Whether, you know, the nays of the yays of the nays and all that good stuff, just like I say in the intro. So here we go. First thing that is on this list, and I'm reading this from Deadline. The first thing that is on this list is The Incredibles 3. So we're gonna Incredibles 3 coming out way sooner, you know, way less time between 2 and 3 than there is 1 and 2. Okay, so there's that. Now what I've heard is that there, just like the first sequel, just like Incredibles 2, there will be no time jump. Incredibles 2 picked up literally right where Incredibles 1 ended. Excuse me. So I'm hearing Incredibles 3 is going to do the same. It's going to pick up immediately after Incredibles 2. Now, hey, you want to talk about making one big story? This is one big story. When you do it like that, where there's no space in between, you can watch 1, 2, and then 3. It'll just be one long. It'll feel like just one long movie. Like you just watched one long movie, like it never ended. So you know there's that. I also hear it's going to focus mainly on the kids. Okay, Mr. Incredible and Mrs. Incredible will be, you know, obviously a part of it because their kids are still relatively young. You got one teenager and then one pre-adolescent and one baby, so they're still going to be involved. But the story is going to focus on the kids. And how do I feel about Incredibles 3? Well, you know, Incredibles 1 is a classic. Incredibles 2, you know, I feel like it was worth the wait to me. It was worth the wait. It was cool. It was good. So hopefully Incredibles 3 can keep that same, you know, pace, same creative style. And what I don't want it to do is to just drag on like Toy Story. I don't want them to make it a cash cow, because the Toy Story should have ended at 3, and then you did 4, and it's like, yeah, you can make a quality film, but it wasn't necessary. Like 3 was the perfect ending, and then you just keep going, and then you just keep going. Toy Story 5, and they're probably gonna make it Toy Story 6. Like, y'all just cash cow. It's enough. I'm tired. So I hope they don't do that with The Incredibles. Moving on. I'm not going to talk about Kingdom Hearts because I don't know anything about that. Ghost Market seems to be a new original thing that they're doing, and we're just going to leave it at that. The next thing we're going to talk about, Coco 2. This is unnecessary. Coco seems like one of the what now listen, don't get me wrong, Coco was good. I liked Coco. Coco was a good original Pixar movie, okay? But it's one of those movies that should really just be a one and done, because spoiler alert, I guess, Coco, who is the grandma, not the boy is Miguel. Coco dies in the first movie, so the whole point was, getting her to remember her dad for the festival. And well, okay, now they remember. Now they know who he is, and so they remember, and they'll celebrate his life too. And then of course they still remember her, so they're gonna celebrate her life too. So what's the point of this movie? Coco should have just been one of those movies that just has, just one movie. Coco 2 is just unnecessary. Cash cow. You're gonna milk this stuff as much as they can off of the first one was a success. Let's make more, and we're gonna see that trend within, these announcements, because this isn't the only one. And honestly, to me, it gets a little worse. So moving on. Next, the Bluey movie. Bluey is a success with kids. So I'm sure they're gonna have fun with this. This looks very bright and colorful, and it's Bluey. So whatever. That's all I have to say about the Bluey movie. Congratulations. Next, Tangled live action. I'm over the live action Disney. And I've said this before. I'm over Disney live action. And if you're going to be that one who's like, well, if you're so over it, just don't go watch it. Guess what? I'm not. But this is also my show, so I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. I'm over the Disney live action. Lilo and Stitch, I said it, was my last chance with y'all. And y'all ruined it. Y'all were doing all right in the beginning, and I have that episode. It's up. It should be up. I'm gonna check. Mind you, I'm still have that thing going that I told y'all about if you listen on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify or whatever, that episodes will go down. They will not be live anymore after a certain time because of things on my end. But the YouTube episodes will always be up. Okay. Now, mind you, I am working to get all the episodes back on the podcast streaming services so that they will always be up also. But for now, this is what we're working with. But again, YouTube, they will always be there. So I think that episode for the live action Lilo and Stitch is on my YouTube, and if it's not, I'll make sure I get it up. But that was live action Lilo and Stitch was my last straw try, and I was trying to rock with y'all on the live action remakes that y'all did, because y'all kept pushing them out. And at first I was like, yeah, man, this could be cool. This could be really good. Because what was the first one? Well, technically the first one was Cinderella, not the Brandy one. I mean, what was her name? Cinderella. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, I'm quiet on the mics. Live action, here we go. Cinderella. Now, I know that's not the first live action adaptation that they've ever done. I'm not saying that, because they had more. There's Alice in Wonderland. There is that, but there's also Cinderella, the 2015 Cinderella, starring Lily James. Then after that, I think that's when you start getting Beauty and the Beast and The Lion King, so on and so on. So with Beauty and the Beast came out, I was like, oh, and Aladdin, all right. So when Beauty and the Beast came out, I was like, you know what, this is cool. People, still got its hate. I was like, this one did stay consistent with the Disney Beauty and the Beast, so cool. Of course, you can always say it's the same movie. I can just go watch the movie. Yeah, I get it. I understand. But we want to see it in live action, what it looks like real, And then, so there was always that back and forth with that. Like, I can just watch the movie. Yes, you can, but let's see what it looks like real. Just the art of it. And then they just kept going, and then you got Aladdin came out first, and you had Will Smith as a genie, and they kind of didn't have him blue for the whole movie, and people kind of had a problem with him being blue anyway, so you make him look like a person instead of the genie, and that kind of defeats the purpose of the genie. But even still, that still stayed pretty on pretty on track with the original Aladdin story that we know from Disney. And then you get the Lion King, and then people had a problem with that because they're not emoting enough. But this was meant to be a photo realistic movie, and people A, didn't know that, and B, don't even know what that means, because lions can't emote the way that they do on a cartoon, which is still people's problem with it, because they want to see them emote like they do in the cartoon. And again, they just say, well, I can just go watch the classic then. And I'm like, well, you're right, they can, but we want to see what it looks like real. But even with that, there's a little bit of performance issue, and you can't feel the same things that you feel from watching them emote in the animated version. So I get you. Then they made the Mulan, which was was not the Mulan that we grew up with at all. It was not. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to rock with it. I tried to look at, the upside to it, but at the end, there are classic songs in that movie, and it's just not there. It's just not Mulan. There's no Mushu, there's no cricket. It's just not Mulan. At the end of the day, y'all could have just made a different movie, and it could have just been live action, and maybe it would have worked. Somewhat, maybe. But y'all trying to stamp it as Mulan? Nah. So on and so on and so on, right? Remake after live action after live action after another. And then you get to Lilo and Stitch. Now, Lilo and Stitch is my favorite Disney movie. Hands down, 100%. Lilo and Stitch can't do me no wrong. And I was waiting for a long time for the live action Lilo and Stitch. And I just had to see what Stitch was going to look like. I wanted to see if y'all was going to pull it off. All right now, and guess what? You did. And I was proud of y'all, Disney. I was proud of y'all, and I was happy as a fan. Because y'all pulled it up. Y'all made them look good. It's not perfect. It's not 100% perfect, but y'all did a good job. Okay, I think I said it in the episode. I think his eyes should have been a little bit bigger. His head probably should have just been a little bit bigger in general. A little bit, but it's not a perfect capture, but it was darn good. Almost 100. Almost 100. It's a passing grade for sure. You passed. You graduated. You passed with flying colors. Okay, there's no doubt about it. There is no, you made it by the seat of your pants. No, y'all did it. Y'all did a good job with the design for Stitch. And that's what I'm talking about only. I'm only talking about what Stitch looked like. He looked cute and fluffy. And he was destructive and active. Just the way Stitch is supposed to be. You got the character of Stitch correct. And the little girl that y'all casted to play Lilo, she did a great job. She felt like Lilo. All right? Y'all did a good job with Lilo and Stitch. But the rest of this movie just went to hell. Because when you take out, I had to take a breath. I had to breathe. I had to breathe for that. I had to breathe on that one. When you take out certain characters, you inevitably change the story outcome. I'm not gonna say who. Go watch my episode. Go listen to my episode. If you're spoiler fan, well, really, you gotta see the movie anyway. Because it's still a spoiler. It's in the spoiler fam section. But all I'm gonna say is when you take out certain characters, you change the outcome of the story, y'all. And y'all just butchered it. In the beginning, it was on track to what it was supposed to be. I'm with everybody else now. I don't want to hear no crap about, oh, well, we take certain liberties because we don't want to give you 100% the same thing. We want to change a little bit of something up because otherwise you might as well just go watch the original film. And at this point, I feel like everybody else, I'll just go watch the original film because they ain't done me no wrong. In the beginning, y'all was tracking good. The pacing in the very, very beginning, because we know how the very, very beginning of Lilo and Stitch starts, right? In the very, very beginning, it felt like it was going a little too quick, and some of the lines didn't hit the same because it felt like y'all was just kind of rushing through that part. No, don't rush through that part. Let that part hang like it's supposed to. But it just felt like it was going a little too quick. I was like, okay, I guess I could forget that a little bit. And then it's tracking. They did, take some liberties, but it was still pretty much, going the same way. They just did, a couple things. If you know what I'm talking about, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. When Stitch gets to Earth, they did that part different, but it was still tracking. The point I'm trying to make, it was still tracking. And then we get to a certain point. Every movie has 3 acts. Act 1, 2, and 3. Once we got into the middle of Act 2, first of all, no, because again, not having one character who's supposed to be there from the beginning changes the whole thing. So it was already messed up from the beginning. Okay, it just kept getting more and more messed up, but it was just hidden until the middle of Act 2. Once we hit that point, it all went to hell. This is no longer Lilo and Stitch. I don't know what this is anymore. This is not how this is supposed to go. We don't get the iconic line. We don't get any of Stitch's little iconic lines. You're foul. You're flawed. I'm also cute and fluffy. We don't get that. Not to mention what they did with Nani. I don't have a problem with the casting of Nani at all. But I'm just gonna say it. Forget the spoilers. Nani went off to college. We supposed to be at home with a weird family with 3 aliens in the house and 2 sisters, one older and one younger, and the older one taking care of the younger one, hanging around these aliens. And now we cut to the show. I'm sorry, I went too far because that's gonna be on this list. We're gonna get back to this rant. This wasn't even supposed to be about Lilo and Stitch. Matter of fact, we gonna come back to this. We just gonna talk about it because I'm here. On this list is also the live action Lilo and Stitch 2. Because we're here. Because we're here. We supposed to be a weird family in this house, okay? Lilo, Stitch, Jumba and Pleakley and Nani, and Scrump if you want to count them, and David coming around. You know, we supposed to be a messed up family, but we love each other, and that's Ohana means family, and family means nobody gets left behind. That's what we're saying. That's what we're banking on. They messed that up in the first live action. They ruined the whole meaning of what Lilo and Stitch is supposed to be. Ohana means family. They had Nani teaching Lilo something completely different than Ohana means family. Ohana means family. What were y'all thinking? That's like, yo, that's like taking out with great power comes great responsibility from Spider-Man. That's a pivotal thing for the character. Ohana means family. That's a pivotal thing. I've been yelling in this mic. Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten. And they messed that up. So here we go. Okay, here we go. My bad, y'all. Here we go. Where'd it go? Here. Lilo and Stitch 2, live action, summer 2028. And they want to announce the appearance of Angel. Now, spoiler alert again, because I just don't care. In the first live action remake for Lilo and Stitch, they show, that Jumba are, they kind of jump to the scale of what the show is. I'm sorry, not even that point yet. They jump to the scale, because if you don't know the order, here's the order. Lilo and Stitch, and I'm talking the animated classics. Lilo and Stitch, then it's Stitch the movie, which sets up the show. Okay? So this is when Stitch the movie is when they show that, Stitch is 626. So there's, the other 625. That's when they reveal that in Stitch the movie, which is the second movie release. Okay, so Lilo and Stitch, Stitch the movie, then the show. Okay, the series. Then title Lilo and Stitch 2, Stitch has a glitch. Then Leroy and Stitch, which finishes the show. Leroy and Stitch. That's the rundown. But in the live action Lilo and Stitch, they want to jump to, just the revealing of the other 625. Not showing them, per se, but just, the reveal that they exist. We're just going to jump to that. So now, in this live action sequel that they're going to do, Angel, here she is, Angel, Stitch and Angel and Stitch. We're just going to jump right to it. We're going to jump to what the show is supposed to be, because we're not going to make another show. But we're just going to throw it in Stitch 2, Lilo and Stitch 2. And just make something up now. At least this one I know they're gonna make up a story. All right, because they're clearly not following any of the classic storyline of Lilo and Stitch, and they just don't care about that. So obviously they're making up a story for Lilo and Stitch 2. And you know what? You see how they get me? See how they have me? See Disney, what y'all did to me? I'm done with y'all live action movies. I'm done. I should have been done a long time ago. I'm done. After what y'all did to Lilo and Stitch, I'm done. Okay, no, congratulations to the little girl who played Lilo. All right, she did a great job, okay? I'm not giving any hate to anybody who played in this movie. I'm not talking about y'all directly at all. I'm talking about the material that was given to you. I'm done. Going back to where we started at. I don't even know if I told y'all. Tangled live action. Why not? Cause why? Cause why not? Because why not? I don't even know who they said. Let me look at this. D23 got a first look at Tangled, the live action adaptation of the Disney animated film with Tegan Croft as Rapunzel. The film will hit theaters March 31st, 2028. So they didn't reveal any casting as far as I can see. As far as this is telling me. They just announced that it's happening in 2028. Maybe they did reveal who, everyone's gonna be. First look at, we're getting the first look at Tegan Croft. Oh, no, that's it. Tegan Croft as Rapunzel. Okay, wait. Oh, okay, I see what it was saying. Audiences at D23 got the first look at Tangled live action with, Tegan Croft. All right. Okay, so Tegan Croft is gonna be Rapunzel. Who is that? We're gonna see. Who is this? What is this? Tegan Croft. Is this someone I know? Because I don't know the name. I can't put a face to the name. I don't know who this is. And I'm not trying to throw shade at all. I don't know who this is. She's been in stuff I haven't watched, so I don't know who this is. I didn't watch Titans, so I don't know who she is. I know people want to, fan casting. We're going to talk about some fan casting on this episode too. Fan casting was, Sabrina Carpenter. Everybody wants Sabrina Carpenter. Whatever. I don't care about this at all. Tangled live action. I can go watch the classic. I'm not worried about that at all. Next. Percy Jackson. Not going to watch it. Next. Oswald. I thought they were talking about the octopus. That's how old I am. The blue octopus with the top hat? Yeah. With the wiener dog? Yeah. This is not that Oswald. Apparently, he is a older Mickey Mouse, character. He's not Mickey Mouse, but he, goes along with that. Like Mortimer Mouse. Yeah, there's an Oswald. I don't know what he is. I think he's a rabbit. Judging off the way he looks, he's got a bushy little tail and some long ears. So I'm assuming he's a rabbit. I don't know who Oswald is, and I'm not watching this movie. Next. Or what is this supposed to be? First look at Oswald three-part series. I will not be watching. Next. Rami and Michelle too. Not watching. Next. Let's talk about this. Ice Age: The Boiling Point. You know what my little sister told me today? And it was so funny and she was so true. She said, how many Ice Ages are there? I said, I don't even know at this point. I don't even remember. She said, Ice Age is about to be the next Fast and Furious. Hey, I can't argue with her there. It is. Because how many we gonna do? How many we gonna do? I think this is also pointless. I love Ice Age. I love the first two Ice Ages. The third one is alright. And then after that, please stop. After that, I'm not saying that movies should only go to 3 and that's it. I'm saying when it starts to feel like, for what? Please stop. Stop being a cash cow. Or making these IPs a cash cow for you. Please stop. It's enough. No one was asking for this anyway. Okay? At the very least, what I would expected y'all to do, guess what? Ice Age live action remake. That's what I would have expected y'all to do by now. But y'all just keep making different Ice Ages. So, I'm not particularly interested in watching this either. but at least it seems the cast is going to be the same, which is a plus. Next, we talked about Lilo and Stitch 2 already. I'm not going to watch that. Here's something that could possibly be interesting, only because I'm a cat person, and this movie is literally called Gato, which is Spanish for cat. No idea what it's about, other than cats, some alley cats maybe. Don't know what the plot is. The teaser trailer is so vague, so I have no idea what this movie could or will be. I will just say I'm slightly interested because it's cats and I'm a cat person. Moving on. Now, this is the meat on the bone that I really want to talk about, that I'm actually excited to talk about more than anything else on this list. And there are still some things on this list that I'm genuinely, excited for, I'll say, and that things that are on my radar, things that I am anticipating, or at least there is one more. But this one right here, this is the one, and y'all know what it is. The X-Men cast confirmed. Ooh, this is good. This is sweet. I gotta take a sip on this one. Make sure that sip was loud just for y'all. This is good. This one had me when I saw it. This one had me. I'm excited for this, y'all. I talked about this in my Spider-Man Brand New Day episode. I feel like what they're going to do, or at least what I think they should do, is that, every MCU movie has led up to the next big Avengers movie. But they're about to do this soft reboot after Secret Wars, or so I've been hearing anyway. So if that is true, and if they do that, I feel like instead of every movie leading up to the next, big Avengers film for because that's the big group superhero film. So I think the next big group superhero films should be X-Men films. So I think X-Men should be a really big priority moving forward after Secret Wars anyway. Not that everything has to always lead back to X-Men, but I feel like it should definitely be really big priority because X-Men are super popular. People love X-Men. Okay, the Marvel fans love the X-Men. Okay. And I also like what it looks like they're kind of building this up as, because Wolverine is not here. And if he is going to be in this movie, it's probably going to be in a post-credit scene. Basically, what I'm saying is they are not starting this X-Men off with Wolverine, and I like that. They're still, all the original X-Men aren't here. Like the original first, X-Men from the comics is not this, but some people are here. If y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I don't know all the people. You got Jean Grey, Cyclops, Angel, and I don't know who else is. I think Beast is in that list of the first X-Men. Y'all know, but that's not what this is. But we do have an X-Men cast here in front of us, and it does not center around Wolverine. So Wolverine will come in later. I like that. So let's go on and look at this cast, because this was the meat and potatoes. Why'd I say it like that? Potatoes. The meat and potatoes. Meat and potatoes. Yes, I say potatoes. I don't say potatoes. Okay. Oops. I got rid of the thing that I wanted to keep. Here we go. Meat and potatoes right here. Okay. The cast includes Marvel's. The cast includes Sadie Sink. Now this is oh gosh. Okay. I will say this. Okay. This will be extra spoiler fam right here. If you haven't seen Spider-Man Brand New Day yet, you might want to jump forward a couple seconds or a few seconds or whatever, because I'm gonna say who Sadie's. well, we're talking about X-Men. We're talking about the X-Men. And we know Sadie Sink is in Spider-Man Brand New Day, so you know so there's context clues here. So you know who people, were rumoring her to be anyway. You've heard it already. So just if you put the context clues together, you can't say that I'm spoiling this anymore. Not this particular thing, because the context clues, now it's just too obvious. You should know now. All right, I'm sorry. If you haven't seen the movie, I'm sorry, but we're talking about the X-Men. Sadie Sink is included in this cast. She's Jean Grey, okay? Sadie Sink as Jean Grey. Kit Connor as Cyclops. Is it Samara? Samara Weaving as Emma Frost. Indy Navarrete, yes, the Obsession star. Indy Navarrete as Rogue. Christopher Abbott as Professor X. And Maya Boyd as Storm. Adam Driver will be playing the villainous Mr. Sinister, and the movie will be released on May 5th, 2028. Let's talk about this casting, y'all. Like I said, Sadie Sink was revealed as Jean Grey in Spider-Man Brand New Day, and she will be reprising her role as Jean Grey in this upcoming X-Men movie in 2028. So there's that. Excuse me. Kit Connor. I've never seen Kit Connor in anything else. So let's see if I know him from something else, or if he has been in something else. Excuse the gas, y'all. Y'all know this is what happens on this show, if you're a recurring listener. So we're going to look at Kit Connor as Cyclops. Kit Connor has been... Okay, I have seen something with it. He was... who was he, though? But he was in the movie Warfare. He was also... did a voice probably in The Wild Robot, which is a good movie. He was in Ready Player One. He was in Rocket Man. And that's all that I've seen on this list that has him involved. So he's been in some things that I have seen. And I do not say this to be shady at all. I just don't remember what roles he played from these things. But at least I can say he's been in good stuff. So there's that. So Kit Connor as Cyclops. Okay. Looking forward to seeing your take on Cyclops, sir. Or your performance, I should say, on Cyclops. Samara Weaving. Have I seen Samara Weaving in anything? She is playing Emma Frost. Samara Weaving. Ooh. Go back. I did not want to open Wikipedia for that. Samara Weaving has been... Oh! She was in Ready or Not. I did not like that movie. She was in Ready or Not. She was in Scream 6. Okay. Well, at least I do know who she is. I do know who she is, though. All right. Samara Weaving as... what'd I say? Emma Frost. Okay. Indy Navarrete. Yes, I know her. Big role. What I heard was her first big role. Now, at first I was like, well, Obsession was a big role, but Obsession was a big success. Not a lot of people knew who Indy Navarrete was, because before that, she was in Superman and Lois, and that's where I knew her from. When I saw the trailers, I was like, oh, she the girl from Superman and Lois. She was in Superman and Lois. So I did recognize her, but she wasn't A-list, but I recognized her. And before that, she was in 13 Reasons Why. Now, I don't remember her from 13 Reasons Why, and I've said that before on the Obsession episode. But, yeah, I said this, y'all. After Obsession, blew up the way it did, I was like, all right, well, it's only a matter of time. We're going to see her again. She's out there now. We're going to see. She's going to be A-list. We're going to see her from now on. And lo and behold, Marvel got her. So now she's definitely going to blow up, especially if this movie is a hit. Oh, yeah. Yeah. What was I saying? Whoa. Oh, dang, what was the thought that I had? Oh, yeah. So we're going to do fan castings. Fan castings for her that I was seeing was she would make a good Mystique, and I thought she would. She could make a really good Mystique. But when I saw this, and I was like, Rogue? Okay. I was like, okay. So I'm hearing the hate online. It's like a 50-50 thing going on right now, I guess. It's always a 50-50 thing, right? People are not, liking it. They're not liking the casting. I'm like, man, stop hating. I know there are things where I'm like, why would you cast them? But for this, hey, I'm down. I'm good with this. Indy, she can go as long as she can do a Southern accent. I'm good. As long as she can do the Southern accent, I'm good. All right, I'm good. Do I think she would have made a good Mystique? I absolutely do. But I'm good with her as Rogue. I'm good. I'm chilling. Christopher Abbott as Professor X. I don't believe I've seen him in anything. So let's take a look. Christopher Abbott. Yes, I did. Wolfman. Yeah. And I like that movie. He was also in Kraven the Hunter. I don't remember you from Kraven the Hunter, but I know you were the dad in Wolfman. So you were in It Comes at Night, and I've been trying to watch that movie for the longest time, and I keep turning on at night when and I go to sleep. So it's my own fault, but I've been wanting to watch that movie for the longest, and I can't finish it. But I know you from Wolfman, and you did a good job in the performance. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what he does with his performance for Professor X. And I want to know which way they're going with the story, because he's a young guy. He's 40 years old, so he's a younger guy. Yes, there are plot lines with a young Professor X, but well, the whole cast is going to be a younger X-Men anyway, so with that being said, it really probably shouldn't be a problem. The question is he going to be in the chair or not? Because I'm pretty sure Professor X was paralyzed when he was young too, right? Now, that much I don't know. All I know is the Professor X is paraplegic, but super strong telepath. But hey, we'll see what this movie does. If he doesn't start off paralyzed, by the end he'll probably be paralyzed, or he'll just be paralyzed throughout the movie. We'll see. But okay. Moving on with the list. Here we go. Maya Boyd. I don't believe I know you either. Let's see. Maya Boyd. Nope. I don't think she hasn't been in anything. This will be her first breakout role. She was a theater actor. That's what this says. But this Storm will be her first breakout role. I believe in her. I think once she's in costume she'll have the look. I believe in her. Just based off the look, because I'm picturing her in as Storm. The look alone works. The look alone works. Now, if she goes accent, and I haven't seen her perform, but if she gives the performance, this movie can rock. This movie can rock the house. As long as it's a good story and a good director, and the performances are solid, this movie can rock the house. Now, fan casting for this, and I wanted this too. Jamie Lawson. We wanted Jamie Lawson as Storm really bad. I ain't gonna lie. But Maya Boyd, I believe in you, girl. I believe in you. All right. I'm not mad at it at all. I'm not mad at this cast at all. I'm super excited. I'm hopeful. Again, good director, good story, solid performances. This gonna be a banger. May 5th can be a banger. 2028. This could be a banger. But time will tell. And last but not least, Adam Driver. Now we know the range Adam Driver got. We know the place he can go. Mr. Sinister, I don't know a lot about Mr. Sinister. Other than his name, Mr. Sinister. I don't know what he could do. But Adam Driver. So let's go. May 5th, 2028. Where y'all gonna be? I'm gonna be there. Maybe not open tonight, but soon after, I'm gonna be there. I'm ready for this. X-Men cast confirmed. I'm ready to go. I was so excited about this. I thought it was next year. I was like, yeah, come on next year. I was like, no, it's 2028. I was like, yeah, it's 2026 now. I was like, oh, it's still 26? I was so ready for it to be next year. Nah, come on, 2028. Good things come to those who wait, right, guys? Anyway, moving on. Next. Star Wars Ahsoka. Didn't watch the first season, not gonna watch the second. Out of here. Vision Quest. This can go either way. Just like WandaVision, the trailers were a little, obscure, but WandaVision was a very good show, very good series. Vision looks like it's the same, very obscure. Could go either way, excuse me. It'll be good to see Ultron again after all these years, because what do you do with an AI that can, put himself anywhere he wants to be technology wise? Like, what did Vision do to him to get rid of him? We saw him shoot him with his unibeam, but what did he do to him to get rid of him? Because we haven't heard of him since Age of Ultron. So it'll be good to see him again, honestly. And Age of Ultron aged very well. When it first came out, I know a lot of y'all was like, yeah, this is mid, and like whatever. But as the full grand story, played out, Age of Ultron is a good movie. Okay. And that Hulkbuster scene, you can't hate on that Hulkbuster scene. That was like the best part of the movie. Come on now. So, Vision Quest could go either way. We finally get to, like, what the heck happened to Vision, right? Like, we've been waiting for that. I feel like this has been delayed for a minute. So it's about time. Moving on. Star Wars Starfighter, starring the guy Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling. Oh, Disney, you have successfully worn out this IP, so you better come correct with this. Whatever this is, excuse me, whatever this is, you better come correct. Otherwise, you will just be sinking the hole even deeper. You will be dropping, lowering the casket even lower for yourselves if you don't get this right. Because y'all have ruined Star Wars, like, for real. Moving on. Don't know what Hext is. Moving on. Zootopia 3. Very fast. Very soon. When is this set to come out? It doesn't even have a date. Oh, wait. Excuse me. Yep, nope. Doesn't even have a date. Just a teaser. Zootopia 3. Just a title. Very, very fast. I feel like Zootopia 2 just came out. Matter of fact, it did this year. So very, very soon. Very soon. I understand Zootopia is very popular, but like, all right. Like, is this going to be another, cash cow? You're just going to keep going until the wheels fall off, and then, you're still going to try and push it up the hill. Moving on. Here we go. Avengers Doomsday, which is this year. December this year. What is it, 16th, right? Of this year. Now, this is definitely high on my radar, and I want this to be good. I'm just, concerned that it won't be what we all want it to be and what Marvel needs it to be. Because, the slightest slip up and, this can be very rushed. Like, we can be rushing Doctor Doom. There's a lot of things that we've gotten out of the MCU as far as movies and TV series. Disney Plus original series that have just been a bunch of loose ends. And some of those, characters who have just been off in the wind are coming back in this movie, like Shang-Chi. Like, we haven't seen Shang-Chi since his movie, which was literally years ago now. So, yeah. And then to have, we just got the Fantastic Four. And there's still so much just other loose ends that probably just aren't going to get tied up or just have nothing to do with anything with this movie. And then we have Doctor Doom, where we have to set him up as such a big threat. But you literally only have one movie to do it. And granted, this is going to be, what, another 3-hour movie or something? How long is this movie going to be? Avengers Doomsday is set to be, hold on, 2 hours and 45 minutes, so pretty much almost 3 hours. So you have 3 hours to set him up somewhere in there as, this big, powerful villain, a force to be reckoned with. And if you don't do that properly, it's just going to feel so rushed and out of place. And honestly, it's going to feel a little desperate too. Because Doctor Doom is a big deal. But not handled correctly, not written correctly, not timed correctly. We had a lot of time to brace for Thanos, to set him up as, a force to be reckoned with. And then when he finally shows up in Infinity War, it's like, oh man, we're in for it. And then he wins? And then we have to resort to time travel to beat him? Like, he literally won, though. He won. Hero lost, villain won. Had to resort to time travel to beat him. And I will say this till I'm blue in the face. Captain Marvel movie only exists to show that she can fly through spaceships, that she can destroy spaceships, because that's literally all she does in Endgame. Her solo movie only exists to show that she can do that for the ending of Endgame. That's it. Useless otherwise. Just the way that they did the character. Not that the character is useless. Just the way they did it. Useless otherwise. Useless. So Fantastic Four, while I actually did enjoy that movie, one could say that whole movie exists just to have some, setup for Doom, because he's in the end credit scene. And Doctor Doom naturally goes with Fantastic Four. So you could say that movie only exists to usher in Doctor Doom. But albeit so quickly, so rushed, one might say. So you know what I'm saying? Like, this, as much I want this to succeed so bad, because the trailer does really look really good. And it's Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom. Like, what's up with that? Is this a variant of Tony? Like, or is it Doom? Like, we're trying to figure this out. But only time will tell. In December, we're gonna see. And then afterwards, you also have Secret Wars. So it doesn't just stop with Doctor Doom or Doomsday, but we have Secret Wars also, which will probably wrap things up with that. And like I said, there's probably going to be the soft reboot. The soft reboot, okay? Soft reboot, not a hard reboot, not a complete reboot, a soft reboot. But I'm hearing things like, after this, everything that we've seen from the MCU is just pretty much going to be obsolete, because we're getting this soft reboot. So it's like, dang, all these years, and it's just, all of that is going to amount to nothing, basically, because of whatever incursion. And now the world, I don't know what's gonna happen. We got rumors of different worlds being destroyed. Like, we might lose Toby's world, and we might lose, the Fox X-Men world, which makes sense because, we're getting new X-Men. But everything is just gonna be pointless. We're gonna see. I got high hopes. The trailers do look really good. They look, especially the one that they released at D23, the special look trailer that they released, that one looks better than the first one. And I'm not one for watching a bunch of trailers. Okay, I watched the teaser, and I watched the first official, and then I'm done. If y'all don't got me by then, I'm not going to see the movie. But if you got me, I'll be there. So I'll be there for Doomsday, but I'm not putting all my eggs in this basket. I'm not gonna. I've heard people talking about, yeah, this is gonna be this is gonna be so dope, bro. Like, this is good. This is it right here. This is it. Spider-Man is proof. Spider-Man was so good. Doomsday is gonna be even better. Chill, y'all. Cause if it lets y'all down the way the Eagles did last year, y'all gonna be upset. I don't know. All I can say is I hope it's good. I really do. I want this to be good. I want to see Doctor Doom as a threat, and I want to see where they're gonna take this. But anyway, moving on. Next. Frozen 3, another pointless movie to be made. Why? For what? Y'all need to let it go and toss it into the unknown. That's what y'all need to do. That's all I got to say about it. Pointless. Next. Is that all that I wanted to talk about from D23? Is that all that I wanted to talk about from D23? Excuse me, on this list. The rest of this stuff is just a bunch of rides that they're making. I'm not interested in that at all. Okay, so that's the entire D23 list that I wanted to talk about. Off the top of my head, the other thing that they did say was The Greatest Showman, the musical. So what I'm thinking is we had The Greatest Showman from 20th Century starring Hugh Jackman as P.T. Barnum. Love that movie. The only thing I can imagine that they're gonna do with that announcement is make it because it's called The Musical, so I'm assuming it's gonna be a live theater performance, you know, like Hamilton was. That's the only thing I can picture without looking it up, and I'll be honest with you, I just don't feel like looking it up. I'm gonna switch over to the other tab, what I have that I want to talk about. But that's the other thing. I'll be interested in watching that if that's how they do it, a theatrical recording of The Greatest Showman. I'll be interested in that. Okay, yeah, that's D23. Moving on to the other thing that I want to talk about, which is the leak for Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. Now, oh goodness, I was hearing delay after delay after delay, and I'm thinking like, oh, it's coming out on 28 now, and then I thought I heard something else about another release. Another delay. I'm like, yo, another delay than 28? Like, come on, y'all. But no, it's saying it's now still set for next year, June 18th, 2027. And I've seen the trailer. And I like that they gave a clip. They gave a clip first, and then the teaser trailer afterwards. And it's good. And I told my sister this before I left, because we both have been waiting for this. Okay, we need another dose of that chai. Okay, chai tea. Why do you call it chai tea? Chai means tea. Okay, ever since then we've been locked in. I was already locked in, but we've both been locked in with this together. Okay, because we saw Across the Spider-Verse together. So we've both been waiting for Beyond the Spider-Verse forever, it feels like, literally. And I know that goes for everybody. It feels like it's been a millennia. I can't talk today. A millennia. But hopefully now everything is back on schedule, or at least that we have some type of schedule to stick to. June 18th, 2027. And this will be the conclusion of the Sony animated Spider-Verse movies. And this movie better go so hard in the paint after all this time and after all these delays that's been going on, after all this chaos that Shamik Moore has caused. This better hit. And I've been hearing, people talk about, after this, we are done with Shamik Moore. I've heard that. I'm not saying I'm backing that. I'm not saying I'm getting behind that bandwagon. I'm not saying I'm just talking about what I heard. I'm just talking about what I'm here to talk about and then go. Okay. But that's what people are saying. After the Spider-Verse movie, they didn't say they was canceling them. Okay. Cause cancel culture is just out of control. They weren't talking about cancel culture per se. They was just like, man, you drawing. And he was kind of drawing. Not kind of, he was drawing like a lot. But we're not going to talk about that right now. Anyway, but yeah, this movie better go so hard in the paint. I believe it will be worth the wait. Because one of the reasons for delay was they had to rewrite it because they said, no, this isn't good enough. I like that. I like that y'all are taking the time to make sure that it's up to par with our expectations. I like that. I'll wait for that. When y'all say, no, this ain't good enough, they deserve better. Y'all got my attention. I'll wait for that. I'll wait for that. And I'll sit quietly too. I ain't one of those people that's like, man, when it's gonna come out, man, I'm ready right now. Yeah, I'm ready right now, but I want them to make it good. I want them to make it worth my wait. So when you say, we gonna hold off a little longer so we can make sure that it's 100% for y'all, I'll sit quietly and wait for y'all. I'll be right here. Cause y'all want to do me right as a fan? I'll sit quiet. I'll be right here when you get back. I like that. So I'm gonna assume that they, did they rewrite and got something that was worthy of, preceding what we got from the last movie. And I'm ready. All I can say is I'm ready. I'm ready for June 2027. I'm ready. I'm ready for June 2027. I'm ready for May 28. I'm ready for December. And then whenever Secret Wars is supposed to come out. When is Secret Wars supposed to come out? Avengers. Secret Wars. No. Secret Wars is supposed to come out December 2027. So December this year and then December next year. And then May. Oh, wait, no. So December this year, not Endgame, Doomsday. Then June next year, and then December next year, and then May 28. All right. Woo! That's everything that I got to cover that's coming out soon. The upcoming entertainments for our entertainment. Like I said, I did have a lot of, you can call it negative, but I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it, because they mess with my Lilo and Stitch, and I don't like that. So I got to drop you. After on the live action tip, I got to drop. I don't care about nothing else y'all got live action coming out. Nothing else. I probably won't be there, I promise you. I got to be hearing raving good reviews about any live action thing that y'all do, or any live action remake, that y'all do. If y'all just if they just make a movie that's live action, okay, I'll see it. But if it's a live action remake, oh no, I'm good. I'm out. Y'all, no, you got me messed up. This has been my time, y'all. Thank you for letting me rant and talk about this stuff and, listening to it. We talk about it together. Thank you for just listening to my side of things. I appreciate it. I really do. You can follow me on, you can go to my Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram. Go to Instagram, Jordan_E.B. You can click my link tree, and everything that has to do with me is right there. It's Instagram, Jordan_E.B. Linktree, everything that has to do with me. This has been another episode of Let's Look at the Tape. Thank you for listening. See you guys next time. Peace out.